Hold that phone. If you're new here and don't know how I made it into your sub feed, it was one of these that did it.
In the glittering world of digital entrepreneurship, where personal brands are carefully curated and online reputations can make or break careers, Ashley Grayson, a 35-year-old social media...
Alright, now that we've cleared that up, today we're talking about Kai Cenat's $100,000 stream giveaway, Drake ups the stakes taking legal action against Universal for the second day in a row, things are getting so much worse for this streamer and his overseas antics, and more. All in today's Thanksgiving edition of... Okay, so today's stories don't really have anything to do with Thanksgiving, but seeing how it's Thanksgiving, I'm gonna roll with it. Now hit that subscribe button so you never miss an update. And Alice, let's go with the epic game of Come Find Me Kai just pulled.
On day 25 of Kai Cenat's Mafiathon 2, Kai teamed up with Ludwig for a high-stakes $100,000 stream sniping race in Los Angeles.
That's right, day 25 of this month-long subathon brought us a $100,000 game of hide-and-seek with Ludwig. It's another online personality that's been around for a while if you don't know who he is. If you don't know, you live under a rock. The setup was simple but brilliant. Kai and Ludwig hid somewhere in Los Angeles and fans had to hunt them down. The stream started zoomed in so far into Kai's face that you couldn't tell what was happening, and for every 1,000 Twitch subs, the camera zoomed out, slowly revealing more of their location. Now, brilliant as the internet can be sometimes, it took less than 2 hours for somebody to crack the code. LeJay Curry, a pretty big player in the music industry, having produced for artists like Drake and Lil Yachty, was out with his crew spread across LA like a tactical unit, one person hitting Santa Monica, another checked the Griffith Observatory, and someone else scoping out West Hollywood. Meanwhile, Curry spotted a rooftop production nearby, drove over, and struck gold. It wasn't long before the secret location was out and fans started to swarm the location, turning what started as a controlled environment into a bit of a frenzy. Kai, clearly not wanting to repeat the chaos he caused during his infamous New York City fan event, bailed in a helicopter with Ludwig, taking the Mafiathon party back home. See, I feel like this is a good use of the IRL streaming genre. It's like an augmented reality game. A bit pricey for the average streamer to pull off, but I'm sure Kai made a killing off of it. Print that money.
Drake has now filed legal actions in Texas on top of the New York filing against Universal Music Group, alleging the label promoted Kendrick Lamar's diss track, Not Like Us, using questionable methods.
For the second day in a row, Drake has taken legal action against Universal Music Group, this time filing a petition in Texas after the similar move he did in New York. At the heart of the filing is Kendrick Lamar's diss track, Not Like Us, a song that Drake claimed UMG aggressively promoted using unethical and possibly illegal practices. In Texas, Drake's legal filings allege that UMG made illicit payments to iHeartRadio to ensure heavy radio rotation for Lamar's track. The petition also accuses UMG of knowingly amplifying a song that makes deeply defamatory claims about Drake. The lyrics in Not Like Us directly labeled him a P3DO, predator, and someone whose name should be placed on a neighborhood watch list.
I'm Chris Hansen, and this is an investigation.
According to Drake, these accusations are not only false, but were promoted by UMG at his expense, damaging both his reputation and career. The New York filing adds another dimension, alleging that UMG manipulated streaming metrics to inflate the popularity of said track, and then terminated employees perceived as loyal to Drake to obscure their involvement in the matter.
You're fired. Get out of here.
Both filings are precursors to potential lawsuits, with Drake signaling that defamation and other claims could follow. UMG, being the label for both artists, denies the allegations, calling Drake's claims offensive and untrue in a statement following the New York petition. Oh, they totally did it. They emphasize their commitment to ethical practices in marketing and promotional campaigns. As somebody that works in marketing, I don't know how much of it is ethical. However, the accusations are significant and, if substantiated, could reveal another systematic issue within the industry, particularly around conflicts of interest when managing competing high-profile artists. This whole drama adds a new chapter to the long-standing tension between Drake and Lamar. The two were once collaborators, but since Kendrick's public critique of Drake back in 2013, the professional rivalry has grown increasingly hostile. Not Like Us, released earlier this year, escalated their feud into, let's say, personal territories, potentially putting UMG into an unprecedented position of liability for how it handled the situation. If Drake's claims hold up in court, the repercussions could force labels to reevaluate how they navigate inter-artist conflicts and how their actions or inactions might expose them to legal consequences. On the other hand, if the allegations don't stand, it could raise questions about whether artists like Drake are leveraging legal systems to combat reputational damage instead of responding through more creative means.
New developments in this streamer's legal saga in South Korea suggest his situation is worsening.
Now, for this one, I'm testing out some things for the video, so bear with me. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The latest news surrounding possibly the most hated streamer's legal troubles in South Korea paints a pretty grim picture for the controversial figure. According to the new information from YouTube lawyer Legal Mindset, the streamer's upcoming trial for obstruction of business is just the beginning of his legal battles. Prosecutors are gearing up to file additional charges, with more allegations being investigated, including violations of anti-terrorism laws, drug use, and spreading of North Korean propaganda. If confirmed, these charges could extend his legal woes well into 2025 and significantly increase his potential prison sentence. The trial for his obstruction of business charge, stemming from that chaotic livestream at 7-Eleven, will begin in December of 2024, or in like 4 days. Legal Mindset reports that the prosecutor handling the case boasts a conviction rate exceeding 90% for similar offenses, making the odds of avoiding punishment very slim. To complicate matters further, the streamer has requested a public defender, potentially signaling a lack of resources to mount a robust defense.
We're going to jail. We're going to jail. We're going to go to jail.
If convicted of just the initial charge, he faces up to 5 years in prison. However, with the prospect of more charges being filed, that figure could climb dramatically. One of the more damning allegations revolves around the streamer's behavior at an amusement park, where he reportedly disrupted operations by spamming inappropriate content near children and prompting the ride to shut down. If prosecutors move forward with the claim, it could add another obstruction charge to his growing list of legal problems. Legal Mindset also confirmed that more criminal charges are expected by late November or early December, adding to the mounting case. Beyond the legal implications here, the streamer's situation is financially devastating on top of it. Stuck in South Korea for the duration of his trial, which could last up to 6 months, it turns out he's unable to generate income from streaming, his primary source of revenue. Who's that? For his part, the streamer remains publicly confident that he will return to the US unscathed. Oh, we know that's not true. Boy's been taking a pounding. But the reality of his circumstances suggests otherwise.
Jens tricking Somali in the face. YouTuber.
Yeah, so I had a fourth story planned, but it's Thanksgiving, and I don't know.
To Monica and Chandler, and that knocked up girl in Ohio.
So on that piece of I'm being lazy, but at least an episode came out, I'm gonna call it. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end, and happy Turkey Day again. Eat until you can't eat anymore. Food coma for at least 5 hours. Now, it is a holiday week, so I'm gonna enjoy this long weekend, but we'll be back on Monday. Now, smash that like button, and I will see you next week. Bye.